Hello everyone, this is Sachin Sawant, your UK immigration lawyer. Today I'm going to talk about, can I extend my UK visitor visa or my visitor entry? So this question stems from a UK visitor visa or entry. Visa is for visa nationals where someone applies a visitor visa and comes to the UK. Entry is for non-visa nationals, for example, European nationals, Americans, Australians, etc., who don't need a visa. They just carry their passport, either use the e-gate, electronic gates, or go to the officer, and they are given 6 months leave to enter. So if you come on a visitor entry, remember, even then the same rules apply. So the rules that apply are Appendix V, you can Google for it, is the appendix visitor. And so the first thing to establish before talking about extension is you are always given 6 months leave to enter or permission to stay. Nowadays the name has been changed. This is a new terminology that has been used. Permission to stay. Permission. So anytime if you are a non-visa national, either you scan the passport digitally as per the rules, nothing is stamped anywhere, you don't see any physical document or even a digital document. The way the rules apply is as soon as you enter, from that day, you are given 6 months leave to enter the UK. If you have a visitor visa, you are given the leave to enter up to a maximum of 6 months. Or if your visa expires before 6 months, up to a maximum of that last date of your visa. So whichever is earlier, 6 months or end date of your visa, expiry date of your visitor visa. So you are always given 6 months. For example, today is, what is today's date? 15th May 23. If I add 6 months, you are given a leave to enter. If you enter today, either ways, and so maximum you're allowed to live in the UK is 15, 5 plus 6, 11. Let's do this. So 11, 23. So till 14th of November 2023, you are given the leave. And if you want to stay beyond this period, so we do regularly get these inquiries asking whether I can extend my visitor visa. Can I live beyond, or if someone who does not is non-visa national, can I live in the UK for more than 6 months? There are people in relationships, girlfriends, boyfriends, unmarried partners, they are visiting each other. They want to extend their stay beyond the 6 months, either if they have visitor visa or they entered as a visitor. The normal default position is no, you cannot being inside the UK. Only certain, subject to certain exceptions. I have recently done last about 2025, last month or so, I got one approval where they are a couple. So the boy, he's a British, he's a settled person, he has indefinite leave to remain in the UK, and the girl, she had visited him as a visitor. She has a visitor visa, and before the expiry she got pregnant and she had some complications in her pregnancy. So we did get doctor's letters and all, because then she had to stay in the UK. It was very difficult for her. It would have been very difficult for her to travel and then go outside UK and deliver the baby, etc. So Home Office did give in that situation. So that is just one example. I have dealt with various such examples. This was a very recent one. So if you have any medical grounds in the past, yes, someone, if you're hospitalized or someone, usually is the person in question, the person who is the applicant, who is the person who has a visitor visa or entry. That is the person. If that person is pregnant or has any medical emergency or is hospitalized, etc., that is one thing. Things happen. So yes, you can file an application. I've done it many times. Every time I've got it, mostly. Yeah, so for medical reasons I've always got it, I know. So and then if there is any other compelling reason, but it should make physically impossible for you to travel, like in during COVID time, yes, your flights are cancelled, you cannot travel. We did whatever extensions, yes, we were given it, so that is another exception. If there's a pandemic outside, inside UK, however, you don't have, or the flights are not available, anything, or your own personal circumstances, by default, if you are asking, oh, I just want to stay longer, I don't think an extension will be given. uh, it may also ruin your immigration position, because you may file the application, it may come as a rejection. As per the rules, yes, you will have the section 3C leave, etc. But every time you enter the UK, there may be a red flag and you may be questioned on different occasions, why did you overstay? It may not be overstay as per the definitions. Say you enter today, you have the leave till this date, you did file an application for extension, and then it got rejected, say around whatever, we are in November, say 14th of February 24, and then you left within 28 days or a reasonable time. And if you try to enter subsequently, no doubt you had the section 3C leave, you were allowed to stay in the UK till the decision is made on your extension application. However, the period that you spent, it's not legally overstay, but you will always, it's highly likely, 90% chances you will always be questioned about this, why did you overstay? They may also refuse the entry on this ground, saying you did overstay. So when you enter the UK, it's mainly the discretion of the immigration officer. For Appendix V visitors, whether you're coming as an entry or with a visa, visitor visa or visitor entry, there are no appeal rights. So they are the only decision makers, in other words. So it's always better to keep within this. My suggestion to everyone, advice, try to keep within the period. If you really want to go back, go outside the UK and come back. If that is the case, maybe if your visa expires, apply for another one and come back again. If you are a non-visa national, exit and enter again. You may be questioned on entry if you are coming. There is a different video on the questions asked at the airport. So if you are re-entering quite frequently or with a short span, you may be asked, but you will be allowed. You're not breaching any laws or anything like that. Mostly you will be allowed entry in the first instance. So yes, so this is what I wanted to cover. Is it possible to extend the visitor visa from being inside the UK? Default position is no, you cannot extend the visa unless there are any compelling medical grounds or any other compelling grounds that may come up that you are able to justify with evidence, with not just giving that as an information. For example, in that medical situation for pregnancy, we did take private doctors' letters, reports, etc., and proved it to Home Office that yes, the person could not leave the UK. Only then she was granted 6 months leave, and she had also to pay the IHS, etc. So remember, there are cost considerations. About 1,058 or something will be the application fees. You will also pay, you may apply for 30 months, yeah, the immigration health surcharge as well. So yes, there are cost considerations. It is always, so the general advice, as I have to say, is yeah, don't try to extend and push them to give you an extension from being inside the UK. Try to go back, apply again, or re-enter again with whatever reasons, evidence that you have. It's much better, unless there are anything that makes it impossible for you to leave the UK. And if you do like this video and you want similar videos, to like this channel, subscribe to our channel, follow us on various social media platforms. If you're watching this on Facebook, etc., follow us there. And do subscribe to our channel. We do keep on making videos on any questions that we are asked quite repeatedly, to make it easier for people to directly get the answers by watching these videos, etc. Also, if you need any consultation for any of the specific situations, you have either overstayed or you want to repeatedly visit, or very frequently you are visiting again, if you want to plan ahead, yes, you can definitely book a consultation with us. Links will be down below. We do advise on these matters. We have filed extensions. People who have overstayed, we have also explained and represented them in the past. Individuals also get the visitor visa refused, we've also refiled applications, have got them successfully. So everything and anything and everything in this area basically. And it need not be just a personal visit, even if it is a business visit. So I will also touch on, so whether this is a business visit, even for that, if you are unable to, yes, for business visit, there may be another exception for any business reason that you are unable to return. If you have evidence of that, it may be considered, but it's a very case specific situation. We need to assess every case on its own merits, looking at the past immigration history, the company's record, the UK company's position, the sending company's position, etc. So, and because these things go on the sponsor license as well. If they see that the employers have been abusing the business area and in the compliances for sponsor license as well, these things will flow in. They may have problems on the compliances with the sponsor license. If the business visitor visa is abused and people are staying longer, trying to extend, trying to use up the whole 6 months to work in the UK in a different way, in a disguised way, etc. So be mindful of that. No working by default. There are some small exceptions, permitted paid engagements, some other things, business visits, meetings, if you are trying to install your plant and machinery or your product over here in the UK and you come from a manufacturer. So there are certain exceptions, there are several of them. Except other than that, for business visa also, so it doesn't matter whether it's a business visitor visa or individual visitor visa. So the rules more or less remain the same. Anytime you enter, you are given 6 months leave to enter, or either it ends in 6 months, or if your visa expires before, it ends at that point. And you should leave before the end of the expiry of the 6 months or your visa end date. That's all. Do like and subscribe to our channel, and thank you very much.